Tuesday, May 20, 2014. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. Getting back to work tonight. I did not get a chance to touch the Mercedes last Friday or over the weekend. Last night I was actually out here for a little while, and I did finish cleaning up the floors. Just the remainder of the cleaning job did not seem video worthy. But now you can see you can see very clearly where I have clean metal and where I have rust. And thankfully, as I said, this is really mostly just surface rust back here with a couple of thin areas that I'm going to have to fix and weld up. Also got the front cleaned up there. So tonight's task is I'm actually going to be starting here at the rear of the car, and I'm going to make some templates, cut some patch panels, cut out the rusty metal, and start welding in repairs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start at the back here, underneath where you see these wires, that big hole you see kind of center frame right there. I'm going to be cutting that out, making a patch and welding it in. And you know, because I'm actually working on the car, I don't really intend this to be a lesson. I'll just show you what I have done at the end of the evening. So I didn't really get a lot done tonight. At the same time, I would say that I have the rear, close to finished, relatively speaking, and that's in one evening, as opposed to however many months I had the passenger side opened up. Let me show you what I did here. First, I cut this out. Now, this was the old piece of floor, and right down the center there, and I can feel that it's mostly, really almost paper thin, really wobbly, and it's even weaker than the, for the most part, than the 22 gauge I'm welding in. So, yeah, this was probably time to go. And then I cut a new piece, and I'm welding it in here. Getting it tacked in place around here, but it's getting late, so I'm going to be calling it a night. As has happened before, I've made a slight miscalculation. I've got a bit of a gap here I probably won't be able to fill with welds. When I get back to this tomorrow, I may need to cut another sliver of metal to help fill that. But all in all, this patch is coming along rather nicely. And with any luck, I can at least get it tacked in place tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll get the welds ground down and dressed. Not that this actually requires a lot of finishing work, seeing as how it's going to be covered in undercoating and carpet. I don't really have to be really neat about this, except for my own vanity. So I'm going to get back to this tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get this portion finished up. And that should be it for the rear, at which point I'll move on to the front. So I really don't think I'll be finishing this up this week, but I'll reset my goal for next week. Either way, it certainly will represent a lot less time that I've spent on this side of the floor. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.